Is Philadelphia the rudest city? Well, only if you're a whiny baby. So that's right, we're talking about how rude Philadelphia is. Now, I literally took that sentence from a recent article of the Philadelphia Inquirer. So I don't know if it's still called plagiarism if you read it off, but it might be. So anyway, I love you, Philadelphia Inquirer, but here's the deal. Philadelphia isn't rude, we're honest. Look, we take you as you are. Well, anyway, somebody did a survey somewhere, and then the wonderful people at the Philadelphia Inquirer wrote it down and decided to make a article about it. But it is something that we get a lot of questions on. So is Philadelphia rude? No, we're not rude. We're honest. We tell it like it is. We take you as you are. And, if you don't like it, get out of here. So Philadelphia is not as bad as Philadelphians say it is. So we get a lot of people that visit our city, of course. We get a lot of tourists, but we get a lot of people buying homes. We get a lot of people renting homes as well. So a lot of people living here. And there is a certain level of honesty. Is it rudeness? It's frankness. It's curtness. How many other people's names is it? It's upfrontness. All right, so here's a great thing to say, or a great way to put it is, in Philadelphia, we're not going to smile to your face and then talk about you behind your back. We're going to talk about you right to your face. Okay. We're going to be brutally honest. If we don't like what you're wearing, or we don't like what you're saying, or maybe you smell, we're going to tell you, hey, you smell. You stink. Or, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Or, why are you wearing that? Or, what are you doing here? So some people actually claim, this is according to the article, according to the survey, that Philadelphians don't care. And I think that is the furthest from the truth. Philadelphians do care. We do care. I mean, we're the most accepting, and we've got a cultural melting pot here in our city. Literally, in our city, every culture that I think exists, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but we are accepting of others, but you got to be accepting of us. And the way we accept you is with direct communication. So if you're acting like a jerk, we're going to say, hey man, you're acting like a jerk, right? Or stop acting like a jerk. We're just going to tell you. We're not going to say, oh, pardon me, sir. Would you mind kindly stopping what you're doing? It's offending. Look, knock it off. That's what we're going to say. And that's pretty much goes kind of both ends of the spectrum here, if you will. Remember the spectrum in Philadelphia, by the way?
What's up? What's up?
Now I'm dating myself. Newsflash, this just in, the spectrum still exists. Thank you, commenters. So in Philadelphia, we come back at you the way you come at us. So here's a great example. You're walking down the street, and maybe you're trying to cross the street, and there's somebody driving in the opposite direction. So in other words, you want to cross where people are driving. So a polite way to say, yo, hold up here, I'm walking here, is pretty much just how I put it. Instead of waving or maybe acting in a way of like, hey, can I cross here? You're not really sure. I'm walking here, and then cross the street. That's pretty much how it worked. We're not going to, flip you the bird and drop a couple of F-bombs. I wonder if I can drop some F-bombs on this channel here. Well, we haven't done it yet, so I'll save that for another video. But like, yo, I'm walking here. So let's say a car maybe passes by you too quickly. You go, hey, you go, yo. And they're going to go, my bad. Like, that's kind of how it works. All right, so I do want to say, sometimes we can certainly be a little extreme. There's just a lot of loud talking.
Hey, do you know where I can get some food at around here?
Or a lot of, maybe not a lot of couth, let's say, or there's not a lot of sugar coating, although we got those delicious sugar-coated donuts, but that's a different story. So if you see what I'm getting at, we're gonna tell you straight. We're gonna tell it like it is. We're gonna tell you quick, and we're not gonna ask for forgiveness. Okay, I'll give you a couple more examples. Let's say you're visiting somebody's house in Philadelphia, and maybe it's a little cold in there. Maybe it's the wintertime outside, or maybe it's really hot outside, and they got the air conditioning up or whatever. So you walk in, and maybe you're a little colder than you had expected. Let's just put it that way. So you walk in, and you might say something like this, like, yo, what are we living in a refrigerator in here? Like, that's exactly how we would say something. Or, perhaps the age old, somebody leaves a door open behind them and you're going to say, yo, what do you got, a tail? Or who are you waiting for? Somebody behind you that I don't see? This kind of behavior. It's, maybe not, maybe not quite for, the faint of heart, but it's honest, and it's no ill intention meant by any means. All right, so another example would be like if Philadelphians, like, we protect each other. I mean, we're the city of brotherly love. The neighborhoods protect each other, and although sometimes they fight over a parking spot, let's say, especially when it snows. But another great example would be somebody is a stranger in the area, let's say, and they start busting the chops of Philadelphians. Now that we're not going to tolerate. Like, we can bust each other's chops, but you can't bust our chops. Now, if you're from Philadelphia, of course you can bust our chops, but we're going to bust the chops that were busted of our chops. So when it comes to busting chops, we're the kings and queens. So all in all is what? We got a lot of heart. We tell it like it is. We got some of the best food, the best history. We got the best city in America, and I challenge you to prove me wrong. Hit up a comment there, and while you're hitting up things, why don't you hit the bell and hit subscribe. It helps this channel. Look, if you don't want to hit subscribe, don't. But you might get hit. Okay, that was another Philadelphia way. Now, we really don't hit people, but I think and I hope you're kind of getting it. If you want to have a further conversation about it, give me a call. But, don't get offended if I tell it like it is. I'm Gregory Martyr, your local real estate expert here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia, but also outside of the city of Philadelphia where, maybe we sugarcoat things a little bit, or maybe we don't tell it quite like it is. But I want you to have a great day, everybody. Thanks for stopping out.